Experience the ultimate power. Welcome to the next generation. Welcome to the next level.
Welcome to the ultimate smartphone battle.
5 titans enter, but only one can win. Who will take the crown? You decide.
Introducing, the first we have on our list is the iPhone 17 Pro Max, the undisputed king of videography and best-selling phone of the year. Introducing the almighty Samsung S26 Ultra, first phone ever with a privacy display, the king of productivity. Next up is the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL, best chipset, they are still one of the kings of AI photography. Welcoming another new player to the game, the oppo X9 Ultra, another new king of photography. Here we go again, our heavy competitor for the game, welcoming the Vivo x300 Ultra, another king of photography and zooming. Everything is on the line, but before we begin the first competition, pause the video. Who do you think will be the winner for this round? Let's get into it. First round cameras. Show the world what you have got.
For the camera system, featuring a 50 megapixel main lens and a 48 megapixel telephoto, plus a 42 megapixel selfie camera.
What Pixel 10 Pro XL is actually made of. That detail in the highlights, that's the new spectral sensor doing the heavy lifting. It's not just taking a picture, it's reading the light. Now watch this. Punching into 5x, then hitting that super res zoom. No noise, no blur, just crisp, sharp results that honestly shouldn't be possible from a handheld device. Look at those skin tones and that natural blur. This is exactly why the Pixel is a serious contender for the crown. It just understands the shot.
iPhone 17 Pro Max specifications. Main fusion is 48 megapixels. Telephoto has 4x zoom and 3DS. Ultra-wide has a 48 megapixel. The selfie camera is 18 megapixels.
Spot on. And check out the video performance. Even in challenging light, it holds up perfectly. You're getting that same professional grade stabilization, making vlogs look like they were shot on a dedicated rig. Now, let's switch to the rear system to see what it can really do. That fusion sensor is pulling in detail I didn't even know was there. Look at that dynamic range. The shadows are clean, and the highlights are perfectly balanced. Testing the reach now. Dropping into that 4x periscope telephoto. The clarity is just absurd. It's rock steady, thanks to that 3D sensor shift. Finally, hitting record in 4K at 120 FPS with Apple Log 2. The motion is butter smooth, and the color grading potential is cinema grade. Specs are just numbers on a page, but when you see that color science in action, it's hard to beat. Is this the definitive camera king, or are you still siding with the competition?
S26 Ultra camera specs. Main 200 megapixel, ultra-wide 50 megapixel, telephoto 5x optical.
S26 Ultra brings to the table. Starting with the raw power of that 200 MP main sensor, the level of detail is frankly ridiculous. Even with a quick crop, the clarity stays sharp, making this a dream for street photography and architecture. And thanks to that wider f1.4 aperture, low-light shots are brighter and cleaner than ever. Switching over to video, this is where the S26 Ultra feels like a professional filmmaking tool. Between the Pro Video mode, log recording, and the new APV codec, you're capturing incredible dynamic range and detail that's ready for serious color grading. Plus, with Super Steady and that new horizontal lock, the footage stays buttery smooth no matter how much you're moving. Whether you're shooting 8K cinematic landscapes or utilizing that versatile 5x periscope zoom for tight portraits, this phone doesn't just take pictures, it captures a scene. It's flexible, it's powerful, and it's arguably the most creator-focused device out right now. Is this the versatile beast your workflow needs?
The Vivo X300 Ultra camera specs. Main, 200 megapixels, with OIS and Zeiss T-Star. Featuring Vivo Pro imaging chip VD.
Time to see why the Vivo X300 Ultra is being called a photographer's dream. We're starting with that 200 MP main documentary lens. The color science powered by Zeiss is immediate. That T- coating is doing an incredible job cutting out glare, and the 35mm focal length gives you this natural cinematic perspective that feels more like a dedicated camera than a phone. Now, let's push the limits with that gimbal-grade APO telephoto. Watch the stabilization as we punch in. It's rock solid. That 85mm reach is perfect for portraits, and the sharpness is honestly a game changer. And for video, this is where the Vivo Pro imaging chip really flexes its muscles. We're shooting in 4K at 120 frames per second across all lenses. The depth in these cinematic portrait styles is surgical, and because you have that 10-bit log capability, you have absolute freedom in the edit. From the street to the studio, this camera system just doesn't compromise. It's got the optics, it's got the processing, and it's got the soul of a true camera. Is this the most professional setup in your pocket right now?
The Oppo Find X9 Ultra specs. It features a dual 200 megapixel camera system with a Hasselblad telephoto and cinematic 8K video at 30 frames.
Finally, let's talk about the powerhouse, the Oppo Find X9 Ultra. Starting with stills, that 200 MP main sensor is a monster. When you combine that Hasselblad color calibration with this hardware, the output is stunning. It's got this rich, natural look that makes every shot feel like a finished piece of art. And with that 230mm periscope zoom, you can pull in distant subjects with crystal clarity. Now, let's switch to video. Shooting in 4K at 120fps with O-Log 2, this phone is essentially a cinema rig in your pocket. The dynamic range is immense, giving you massive headroom in post-production. Whether you're shooting fast-paced action or a cinematic portrait, the footage is incredibly stable and looks like it belongs on the big screen. Between the cinematic LUT support and the sheer versatility of the lens array, this is a phone designed for creators who don't want to sacrifice professional control for convenience.
With all this you have seen, it comes down to who is the final winner for this round.
The winner for this round is the oppo